The air will be thick with anticipation here tonight as we get set for the free dance competition. Canada's Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon are in second place. They have a very real chance of winning the gold medal. Bourne and Crass are the only other Canadians ever to do that. That was 3 years ago. And Barb, for Dubreuil and Lauzon, tonight marks the zenith of an emotional return from their ill-fated Olympics.
Well, the journey that they had to take to get here makes this moment even more meaningful, especially because it's in Canada. In the original dance, they were positively radiant, and if they can skate this love story free dance with the same kind of passion and emotion, I'm predicting that this moment here tonight will be bigger than any Olympic moment that they missed.
With the Olympic champions Navka and Kostomarov of Russia retired, normally the World Championships represent a crowning, a coronation of the Olympic runners-up. But Paul, I'm not sure that's the case this time around.
I think with the ice dancers, they are finding out more than anyone else in figure skating what it's like to be involved in a real competition under this new scoring system. We have skaters moving in placements all over the place. And going into this free dance, I think the team that's probably most stunned are the Bulgarians, who are currently in first place. And if there's another team that might be stunned, it would have to be the Americans, who find themselves, after capturing an Olympic silver medal, Belbin and Augusto are in fourth place. So we've got an outstanding dance competition on our hands.
Indeed, the Canadians, Dubreuil and Lauzon, may be the sentimental favorites, but as many as 5 teams have a shot at the podium.
Tanith Belbin and Benjamin Augusto face the challenge of coming from behind in their quest of capturing a medal here in Calgary. To make a move tonight, their flamenco will have to be very, very hot.
A clean, original dance has Delabella and Schoenfelder in third in a very close race. At the Olympics, their free dance was second only to the Russians, which means they clearly have an opportunity to reach the top.
Bulgaria has never won a gold medal at the World Championships. No doubt, Albena Denkova and Maxim Stavinsky are well aware of the pressure of making history for their country as they take to the ice as the leaders.
Robbed of the chance to skate their love story at the Olympic Games, Dubreuil and Lauzon are motivated about skating this free dance here in front of a home crowd. This program has been the talk of the dance world and might be the performance that realizes their lifelong ambition.
The standings after original dance have the Bulgarians in the lead, but barely a point ahead of Canada's Dubreuil and Lauzon. Delobel and Schoenfelder of France are third, ahead of the Americans, Belbin and Augusto, the Olympic silver medalists. For Canada, Wing and Low are currently 8th. But what does the night hold for Dubreuil and Lauzon? With more on them, here's Brian.
Mark, 4 weeks ago, Marie-France Dubreuil was in a hospital in Italy, having been injured in that fall during the lift in the original dance portion. They missed the free dance, and she said to herself, "There's no way in the world I'm going to end my career like this." She and her partner, Patrice Lauzon, used missing the free dance at the Olympics as inspiration to be ready to compete here in Calgary. It has been a journey of courage, a journey of determination, and above all, a journey of amazing love.
Seconds from the end and a disastrous finish, and Marie-France is hurt.
We just knew that this was not just a normal fall.
For me, I am afraid.
At that point, I didn't think, is she all right?
There was no way that we were going to even talk about withdrawing. That was going to be the last option.
It wasn't meant to be.
Muriel screamed, I screamed. We just knew that this was not just a normal fall.
For me, I am afraid because Marie has a problem with her hip. This is my first reaction.
Patch said, "Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?" And I said, "It's not good."
I didn't have time to think. My mind just went on autopilot.
I tried to put my skate down and skate to the middle and still do the bow. And I wasn't even able to put the foot down or stop or do anything. So we just kind of waved and he pushed me off the ice.
She's my girl. I I need to take care of her. I need to protect her.
Doctors running back and forth. People are freaking out. So the first thing that goes through my head is, okay, is she okay? How do I take care of Patrice? I got to get a hold of the moms, make sure we know what's going on, find the hospital, make sure the x-rays are looked after. And I go into planning what's next. Our goal is to stick with the plan. Nowhere in our plan says anyone sits in a wheelchair. But because of their relationship and the things that they believe in, it makes more sense for her to pick her up and to carry her. The x-rays showed, of course, no breaks.
All night, all day the next day, we, did treatments and acupuncture and medication and pretty much everything we could do.
So that if we were not able to skate in the free dance, we're clear in our mind that we did anything that we could.
You want to know that you did everything you could and that you didn't pull out because, of an owie or of a little bruise. You want to know that you did absolutely everything. So at 6:45, and the event was to start at 7, we sent the withdrawal papers over.
When Patrice skated alone, because Marie was in a hospital, and it's so, for me, it's so hard inside.
The first week after Olympics, it was very hard. Every step I make was painful. Sleeping was painful. Going upstairs was almost unthinkable.
The one thing he asked me, and the promise that I made to him that day, is that we were going to stick to the plan. We're not going to change anything. We're going to stick to the plan. And the plan links all the way through to Calgary.
For them to be here, it's very, the dream arrive.
Representing Canada, Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon.
She said to me, regardless if I get a medal or not, I finally learned that I'm a champion. Regardless if I win, I'm a champion.
I don't blame myself, but I always have this question in the back of my mind, maybe I should have tried, even if I was so much in pain. Maybe I should have tried just to,
4 years ago, they made a life change, moving to France with the goal of winning an Olympic medal. That, of course, did not happen in Turin, but look out. It could happen tonight here on the world stage in Calgary.
Ladies and gentlemen, next to skate with current
and first to dance in the free dance tonight from Canada.
Megan Wing and Erin Lowe.
Wing and Lowe from Windsor, Ontario, and just getting to this point has been an ordeal to say the least. The day after they got back from the Olympics, Erin spiked his foot in practice and had to undergo surgery to repair a torn tendon. He was on crutches for 10 days. They didn't return to the ice until a week before they got here. But to add insult to injury, Erin came down with food poisoning last night. He's been on IV, and Megan practiced alone today. But they say they've come here today more motivated than ever.
And he's a little bit off there, a lot off on that opening twizzle.
Megan and Aaron have been skating together now for 20 years. They are a couple off the ice and have hinted that this may well be their final season of competition. They were 10th last year in Moscow, progressing for the last 3 years, moving up the ranks one spot each time from 12th to 11th to 10th in Moscow. They would love to go at least one step higher here in Calgary.
Required elements in the free dance. 4 of them are lifts. And on each element, the skaters are trying to achieve the highest possible level of difficulty. There's very set criteria. The highest level of difficulty is a level 4.
Given the challenges that this team has faced between the Olympics and this competition, I think their reaction will tell us that they are very pleased with how this program skated here this evening.
It may be farewell on Canadian ice tonight for Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe. Gritty in the attempt. What a gallant effort.
Started out a little bit shaky. Aaron not quite as sharp as usual, but certainly it built. The momentum built to the end.
Wing and Lowe soaking in the Canadian atmosphere tonight.
Here's a little stumble we saw right off the top of the program, and really that was sort of a little bit of a wake-up call, I think, for Aaron, because after that, he hung in there pretty tough for the rest of the program.
A look at their rotational lift. Megan holding her blade to her head because that brings up the level of difficulty in the lift.
And their dance spin was a combination. Change of foot there.
Free dance is worth 50% of the final score. And Wing and Lowe came into this free dance 8th after the original dance.
The technical score, please.
And here are their scores.
Their technical score is...
For technical elements, 46.49. And program components, 38.17.
38.17.
And they're putting up a pretty brave front here. Their score in total 85.07, which is well below their personal best. But on this night, with Aaron skating after surgery on his foot and going through food poisoning, he looks awful here tonight. What a gutsy effort. 3rd best free dance, 2nd overall. There they are, the leaders, the Bulgarians, Albina Denkova and Maxim Stavitsky, warming up in the final flight for the free dance. They've won silver and bronze medals at the World Championships, but during the past 2 years, their scores have been in decline. But tonight, they've got a chance to get back on the podium, and they say the warm-up will set the tone for their skate.
Actually, it's very difficult on the warm-up because we have just 4 or 5 minutes of warm-up. Everyone is trying to do as many things as he can to feel better the ice and to prepare himself better for the performance. And it's very dangerous sometimes, and sometimes accidents happen, so you have to be very careful also and watch for the other skaters. But of course, don't watch too much because then you cannot do your own thing. But of course, be careful on the warm-up. First of all, we start the warm-up together. We start with the runs in a circle, then we try to feel our elements, which are most difficult or most important in the program. And then at the last minute, we just skate alone on the ice, and we try to feel the ice better and to be comfortable on the ice.
Actually, when you're skating on the warming up during the program, we hear everything. I think everything what's happening in the public. I think if the bee will fly in the hall, we'll hear it. Let's do it.
Let's do it, yes, and
Albina,
try to enjoy yourself on the program and try to give pleasure to the audience.
Today
this is
Albina
the most
said
important.
let's dance. Let's dance and have fun.
In the Moment, brought to you by BMO Financial Group, proud to support skating in Canada since 1997.
Here is the order of skate for the final flight of this free dance. The French, Delabelle Schoenfelder leading off, and the drama builds right to the conclusion as Canada's Dubray and Lausanne will be the final skaters of the night.
And currently in third place, representing France, Isabelle Delabelle and Alberta Schoenfelder.
The French team, Delabelle and Schoenfelder, have had hard luck over the years, always just a step too far from the podium. 4th at the Olympic Winter Games, 4th last year at the World Championships in Moscow, and 4th at the European Championships. But they come here tonight in 3rd place after original dance. Skating their free dance to Le Vol de la Colombe, which is based on the masked ball in Venice.
And they use the gloves on their hands almost as props, as for visual effect, to illustrate their story. Twizzles here, very strong, good unison.
Those twizzles required of all the teams in the free dance.
Isabelle and Olivier are 27 and 28 years of age respectively, and they've been dreaming of this night, of winning a medal since the age of 12 when they both moved away from home to train in Lyon. That is amazing.
dance spin in a classic pair spin position.
Troubled by falls and mistakes in the past, but the skaters all know here tonight it's just so close that a mistake would be extremely costly.
And bad luck with injuries. Remember a couple of years ago when Isabelle skated over Olivier's hand and severed a muscle in his thumb, and that was just 2 weeks before the World Championships.
But one lift remaining in this program.
All the lifts have been very strong and effective.
Is this the night that fate finally smiles on the French team? Isabelle Delabelle and Olivier Schoenfelder in search of their first World Championship medal. And they come armed tonight with one of the best free dances in the world. Our coverage will continue after this.
This team is extremely, as you mentioned, Paul, they're extremely expressive. I found the theatrics to be just a little bit over the top with the gloves. And the costuming, I think it took a little bit away from the dance.
Twizzle sequences are required. Looking for good unison, match of everything. Hands, leg positions. And Barb, you commented on their lifts. No lack of creativity when it comes to their lifts. Very unique effort here.
The scores for Isabelle Delabelle and Olivier Schoenfelder.
Now the moment at hand for the French team. Third after original dance in a medal position. Remind you, still 4 teams to come. Their technical score is 50.52. And for program components, 47.60. Add those together, and they'll have a total segment score here in the free dance of 98.12. That is well below their personal best and below their performance at the Europeans this year, which was one of their best of the season. Right now, combined with their original dance and compulsory dance, they are in first place in this competition. Now they'll watch with 4 teams to come. Next on the ice, representing Lithuania, this is Margarita Drobiazko and Pavilis Vanagas, veterans of ice dance, making a comeback to the sport this year after being inactive for 4 years. They were so disappointed at the way that they were marked under the old 6.0 scoring system that they quit after 2002. But they've come back to this sport because of the new code of points. They think it's more fair, and they're 5th after original dance.
And this program is one which demonstrates that you can take the new criteria which is required of the free dancers and do an outstanding program. This music is from Phantom of the Opera.
opening twizzles here, although there was a little bit too much distance between them.
They're so confident of their twizzles. You saw them incorporate yet another set within this circular step sequence.
This team was 7th in Torino at the Olympic Winter Games, and like Dubreuil and Lausanne, had a fall during their original dance. Not this time here in Calgary.
We saw many falls at the Olympics in the original dance, and that's because these skaters in this new system are trying so hard to meet the criteria to give them the most difficult levels.
It's turning into a full contact sport. Especially here in Calgary, because it's such a discerning figure skating crowd.
Another set of excellent twizzles. Final lift to this outstanding performance. And this free dance is a great indication that it can have it all. There was moments of power, of drama, in contrast to moments of tenderness, subtleness. The audience is on their feet.
And the comeback is complete. Husband and wife, Margarita Drobiazko and Pavilas Vanagas, enter their names into the equation here tonight in an oh-so-close free dance, with 3.5 points separating the top 5 teams coming into this competition. We'll have their scores when we come back to the Pengrowth Saddledome in Calgary. It's been an emotional night for the Lithuanians.
Here's their dance spin. It's done in pretty much what we would call bar, but classic pair sit spin position with the change now. Combination spin does score more.
The side-by-side twizzles were excellent. Right on, right in unison, and look at them covering ice as they turn.
The scores for Margarita.
And their footwork sequences were very good. Look at the transitions here, change of positions. The partners remain close to each other, deep edges, all the things you're looking for.
Here are the scores now for the Lithuanians. Technical score is big, 52.58. Program components a little lower, though, at 47.17. This is going to be the best free dance score of the night so far. A total of 99.75. About a point below the best they've ever done under this new scoring system. So the husband and wife team, Drobiazko and Vanagas of Lithuania, have moved into first place with 3 teams to come. Here are the current standings. The Lithuanians in first ahead of Delabel and Schoenfelder, and the Israeli team is third. Still to come, though, the leaders from Bulgaria, the Americans, and then Canada's Dubray and Lausanne. On the ice right now, the current leaders from Bulgaria, Albana Denkova and Maxim Stavisky. This team winning silver and bronze in 2004 and 2003, but over the last couple of years, under this new system, they have not done well. They've been in decline. Through it all, though, they say they have skated for the audience, and that's what they're doing here tonight once again. Skating their free dance to Adagio, a modern arrangement.
Well, when they arrived at the Olympic Games, this team looked like a new team. They had new material, very, very strong. And this is one of their best free dances. They made some critical errors in the Olympic Games when they took deductions for extended lifts. There's a time limit on each of the lifts that they do.
Finished 5th in Torino, and have missed a lot of competition this year, withdrawing from Skate Canada, not qualifying for the Grand Prix final, and then not even entering the European Championships, staying in training all the while. But not quite as strong as the Lithuanian team. Remember, every element in this program will be scored.
Serpentine step with the twizzles on the end. That last set not quite as sharp as we'd like to see, but the serpentine step itself had some very difficult steps.
Well, Bulgaria has never won a world championship gold medal in figure skating in any event, and this is their best chance here tonight. Albena Denkova and Maxime Stavisky make their case for gold tonight. The leaders after the compulsory dance, the leaders after original dance. Can they go wire to wire on Calgary ice?
The program was very, very well skated. A couple of little minor issues with their one set of twizzles, but I don't know that this team is capable of delivering this program any more strongly than they did here tonight.
The Bulgarians salute the friendly Calgary crowd and await their scores. We'll have them next. Back in Calgary, moments away from the scores for the Bulgarians, the leaders.
Here was their opening spin. You can see her rotate the upper body there in order to achieve the higher levels of difficulty. Side-by-side twizzles here, not as good as the Lithuanians. The rotation is not as fast, and they are not as much in sync. There's quite a bit of distance between them.
Their curve lift, though, gets nice and low, increasing the level of difficulty. Came in the spread eagle position, excellent extension, well done lift.
The scores for Albena Denkova and Maxime Stavisky.
Denkova and Stavisky will need a new personal best here to take the lead.
Their technical score is 51.56.
Their technical score, 51.56.
The program component score, please. 48.
Their components, 48.18. This will be the highest score of the season of 99.74. The second best score in the free dance tonight. Their best of the season, and it will be enough. Watch this. They're number one with 2 skates to come.
Next to skate, and currently in 4th place, representing the United States of America, Kenneth Belbin and Benjamin Augusto.
The Canadian-American combination, Belbin and Augusto next, the Olympic silver medalists from Torino. Last year in Moscow at the World Championships, they were silver. But they've got some work to do here tonight, coming from 4th place after the original dance. They are 10 years younger than the rest of the field. A team of the future hoping to win in the moment tonight. Skating their free dance to a selection of flamenco rhythms. Janeth, of course, from Kingston, Ontario, gaining her U.S. citizenship on New Year's Eve in time to skate the U.S. Championships and in time to go to the Olympic Winter Games for the USA.
Very crisp set of twizzles there.
had a rather lukewarm response this season, many feeling that it's not their best work that they've done. At times it looks very, very busy, and they're having to think through much of the difficulty. But certainly tonight they're skating it very strongly.
Finding the lifts not carrying as much speed and flow at the conclusion as we've seen from the Lithuanians and the Bulgarians.
Oh, and Ben lost his balance there. I just get the impression that they're thinking so hard about the elements and the difficulty that the overall expression of this dance suffers at times.
The Americans finish with a flourish in their free dance.
Well, there certainly were some moments where it looked frenzied and maybe not quite under control, but give them credit. I thought of the performances I've seen them do with this program this year. This was a performance, not just a run-through.
They came into this World Championship with the highest score of the year in the free dance, and they came into this final skate just 2 points off the lead. We'll see how they do. But right now, backstage, the Canadians, Dubray and Lausanne, gather their thoughts for the final skate of the night. Welcome back to the World Figure Skating Championships, presented by BMO Financial Group.
Well, Ben and Tanith used this lift to combine two. This was their curve lift, and then you're going to watch as it spins into their rotational lift. Nice little bit of choreography there.
Side by side twizzles here. We're in good unison. You see they have their hands above their head there. However, there's a little bit of distance there, and they don't cover as much ice.
Belbin and Augusto need a score of 102 points to take the lead. And it's not going to be enough. 52.48 plus 47.02, a score of 99.50. That will leave the Americans with the third best free dance and will put them in second place.
Score is 196.74.
So they have guaranteed themselves at least a bronze. We'll have to wait to see if they'll win silver for the second year in a row. But right now,
Ladies
crowd
and gentlemen,
full of anticipation, and a huge cheer goes up here at the Pengros Saddledome.
Marie-France Dubray, Patrice Lausanne.
Marie-France Dubray and Patrice Lausanne. And the moment has arrived as they try to recoup what was robbed of them a month ago at the Olympic Winter Games. That horrible fall in the original dance that forced them to withdraw from the free dance, which is their pièce de résistance. Their love story on ice. They were second after the original dance and have a very real opportunity here for gold. Skating their free dance program to the soundtrack from Somewhere in Time.
buzz this season, very similar to the buzz that was created by Jamie Celine and David Pelletier's love story. They open with this breathtaking lift.
Depth of edge through this serpentine step sequence.
This team sidelined for 2 weeks as Mary France recovered from that deep hip bruise.
Very, very unique lift. Wonderful transition from one position to the other.
Came back to training gingerly and intelligently to this point tonight.
Rotational lift with reverse direction.
So much about this dance is it tells us who they are. They're skating their own story here.
Wearing their passion on their sleeves. They're over the moon tonight. Canada's Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon. The journey back is complete.
They weaved a spell in that dance. It happened so quickly. I didn't want it to be over.
And the emotional release that they are experiencing right now is, you can't put it into words.
Listen to this crowd.
You have to remember that even though they were unable to skate at the Olympic Games, there were very likely questions in their mind whether they'd get the opportunity to experience this moment, and to have the opportunity and skate as well as they have, simply magical.
Their family here and emotional tonight at Calgary as they continue to be saluted in a standing ovation by this Canadian crowd.
And this is the only team, I think, where you forget that there are 9 required elements in the free dance. They simply weave the elements into this dance and tell the story.
The opening lift, simply breathtaking.
I love the way she just reaches out to everyone in that lift.
Transitions have to appear seamless. You have to be able to rotate, change positions independent of one another, and be right there.
There's good unison on the twizzle sequences. The second one here was a little bit tight, a little bit off there at the end.
But watch the transition in this lift. It starts from this position. They'll regroup and look at that.
And the scores are coming in now for Dubray and Lauzon. We have computed they need a score of 101.03 to win. They will have to go where they've never gone before in the free dance. And the crowd thundering their feet in anticipation. What an emotional night it has been for this couple. And what an emotional journey back from that evil night in Torino. Here they come, the scores for the Canadians. The technical score, 53.07. Program components, 47.50. Oh my goodness, it's not quite enough for the gold. It is, though, the best free dance of the night. And let's let them soak it in. Good enough.
Their total competition score is 198.69.
For the silver medal, just shy of the podium by 0.5 of a point. Dubray and Lauzon celebrate their first World Championship medal, a silver, and backstage, the Bulgarians, Denkova and Stavisky, win the first ever gold in figure skating at the World Championships for their country. But tonight, the Canadians wear their hearts and the maple leaf proudly. The World Figure Skating Championships, Calgary 2006 on CBC, presented by BMO Financial Group, proud to support Canadian amateur skating since 1997. The World Figure Skating Championships, Calgary 2006 on CBC, brought to you by Chevrolet, for all life's roads, and by Duracell, trusted everywhere.
And on this Friday night, back live in Calgary, the World Figure Skating Championships presented by BMO Financial Group. The silver medal to Marie-France Dubray, Patrice Lauzon from Canada. First ever World Championship medal for this pair. And joining me, Marie-France and Patrice, as you lay in a hospital bed 4 weeks ago in Italy, you said you didn't want it to end like this. The journey would continue to Calgary. Are you satisfied?
Am I satisfied? I have so many emotions right now. I'm very happy with the way we skated. I mean, we almost had no training on ice because of the injury, and to come here in Calgary and lay down the program like this with all the emotion we had doing it, I'm thrilled.
Patrice?
Oh yeah, our first goal coming here was to lay 3 solid performance, and that's what we did. We skated perfectly in the first 2 and almost perfectly in this one, so really glad of ourselves.
There seemed to be an unbelievable release of emotions when this was over as you collapsed onto the ice.
Yeah, well, this program, we waited a long time to perform it, and as I told Patrice while we were getting on the ice, I said, I'm back to you. This is it. Like, we have a chance to do it. And there was just, we were carrying that emotion all through the program, releasing all the emotions that we'd kept in from Olympics. And at the end, it was just, thank God it went that well. And
can you talk about the journey? I can remember the night I was in the studio and seeing the videotape of you skating by yourself earlier in the day when you realized you probably would not do the free dance portion of the Olympics.
That was really hard not to do that free dance at the Olympics, and especially skate by myself without Marie was very, very hard. And then we had a lot of work after. We did it. It was a long journey, and it was a lot of emotion and stress to skate this program here tonight because of what was involved, and we didn't skate that program in competition because we didn't do it in the Olympics for at least 2 months, so it was a lot of pressure, and we did it great, and Marie was very strong to come back from that injury and do that free dance tonight. She did it perfectly.
You were very strong indeed. The final word belongs to you.
Thank you, Canada. Thank you, all the fans, the Canadian and American fans, European fans. I had so much love and support that I didn't win this by myself. All of you deserve a little piece of that medal.
Marie-France Dubray, Patrice Lauzon, congratulations. Stay with us. Medal ceremony still to come as we go to commercial. The silver medal to Canada. There are the gold medalists from Bulgaria. Back live in Calgary after this. Ceremony straight ahead here in the ice dance competition as our coverage of the World Figure Skating Championships continues, presented by BMO Financial Group. Here are the final standings in a closely competed free dance competition. The Bulgarians winning their first ever gold medal in any discipline at the World Figure Skating Championships. Dubray and Lauzon of Canada, a silver lining tonight. Belbin and Augusta of the U.S. win the bronze. And in 10th place for the second year in a row, Aaron Wing, or rather Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe. What a terrific night of figure skating, historic night, an enchanting night. Let's start with Dubray and Lauzon. I think everybody, including us, is emotionally exhausted here.
You know, with just 1 week of training, it's just amazing what they did, and they really just had to go out and skate with their hearts, and along the way they captured our hearts. A gold medal would have been nice for this story, but I think they're gold in everybody's hearts, and it was just an amazing moment.
What did you think of that performance, Paul, as we look at the medalists being introduced, the Bulgarians, Denkova and Stavisky? What a night for them.
Well, there'll be a lot of glasses of rakia raised in the Bulgarian camp here in Calgary tonight. This is a very historical moment for this country to finally capture a gold medal here at the World Figure Skating Championships. This team has demonstrated that they are the best in the world here tonight.
And it gives them the complete set, gold, silver, and bronze now at the World Championships.
And at the beginning of the season, I don't think anybody would have said this team would be in the running for the gold here. They were just out of the mix at that point. So it's really been an amazing comeback and a journey for this team as well.
It is, when you think 2 years ago they won the silver in Dortmund and then really fell off the map as this sport introduced the new code of points scoring system. They could not get back on the podium and missed so many events this year. Skate Canada, the European Championships, deciding to train instead. And now a big ovation for Dubray and Lauzon.